What's up guys, in this video we are going to be laughing at Simon Jordan and his ridiculous takes because this guy is one of the most biased clowns in UK boxing media. This entire year he has been glazing Tyson Fury to the fullest, acting like he was going to win, that it was a foregone conclusion, that there was no way Alexander Usyk would win. Then when Usyk did win, he didn't even say that he underestimated Usyk and that he was better than he thought. He came up with excuses. He acted like Fury was going to win the rematch, that the only reason he didn't win the first fight is because he wasn't at his best, completely ignoring the fact that Usyk is older than Tyson Fury. And when Fury didn't win the rematch, he still couldn't give Usyk any credit. He made excuses for Tyson Fury yet again and has very quickly pivoted to acting like Daniel Dubois definitely wins the rematch. You'll hear at the end of the video, he basically suggested that Usyk hasn't actually been challenged by anybody that good at heavyweight, that Dubois will be the first guy. You could not make it up, so we are going to laugh at him because he deserves it. And because this is going to be stand-up comedy, I am going to minimize the screen, put this stage in the background as if we are witnessing stand-up comedy, put these emojis on screen representing all of us laughing, and put in some funny music in the background. So take it away, Simon Jordan of TalkSport.
I think that conventional wisdom applies that a good big one always beats a good small one. There's a few exceptions. You know, you can talk about Evander Holyfield overcoming Riddick Bowe and a few other instances, but on the whole, the best version of Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk all day. The question is have we got the best version of Tyson Fury? I said it, and I certainly have, that I think he'll be ready for the Usyk fight, and you'll see the best version of Tyson Fury. And I think the more Tyson Fury is ready to go, the more ominous that is for Alexander Usyk. He beat him in all three fights. Sure. And now this victory over Alexander Usyk will cement that legacy. If Tyson Fury turns up as the Tyson Fury that we've seen in the past, and the performances put on against Deontay Wilder, he'll beat Alexander Usyk. If he doesn't, and he resembles more like the fighter that fought Francis Ngannou, then he'll find himself in trouble. You look at what people perceive as a decline in Fury. People are starting to look at him and saying he fights now in a certain way because he can't do certain things anymore. But I still think the conventional wisdom, I think Tyson Fury wins the fight, always have done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this performance just to clarify, this was all said before the first fight. You heard Simon Jordan say repeatedly, best version of Tyson Fury wins hands down, and Usyk basically would not have a chance. So surely, after Usyk beat Fury comprehensively in the first fight, Jordan would admit he was wrong, and he would give him more credit, and he would say that Tyson Fury is really going to have to dig deeper than he ever has before to win the rematch if he's going to have a chance to, right? Well, here we go into part two.
I'm sure we will. It's up to Tyson Fury to impose himself in this fight and do better than he did in the first fight. I still think the best version of Tyson Fury, which I don't know whether we'll ever get again, but the best version of Tyson Fury would deal with Usyk. So you've said from the outset, on regards to Fury Usyk 2, you don't expect Fury to be able to win back his belts. You expect potentially Usyk to stop him. But if you're I can't help but believe that Fury will find a way to overcome Usyk, because I picked him for the first fight, and maybe it's just because I want to stay with what I started with, and my evidence in front of my eyes is I'm not paying enough attention to. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk, because he's so brilliant, would win the fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Fury, but if you've got to ask someone who's going to pick, someone's got to pick a winner. So, we'll be right or wrong, but I just got a feeling, an inherent belief in Tyson Fury. I haven't always enjoyed his behaviour over the last 18 months, but that's incidental. We're talking about a fight. And as a fighter, I think if he gets the best version of Tyson Fury back in that ring, if there's still one that exists, I think the best version of Tyson Fury can and will beat Usyk, but we have to see if it's the best version. I can't help it. As much as I dislike some of his behaviour recently, I still think that the best version of Fury, if Fury can get himself to be the best version, then I think the best version of Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk. There's no thought behind that, because the orthodoxy suggests, given that Usyk has beaten everybody, that he must beat Fury again.
I just think the million-dollar question is, do we get the best version of Tyson Fury, or is that gone?
But my vantage point is, I often pick the wrong fight anyway, so what are you asking me for? I think that Tyson Fury will win this fight. I don't know why I think it. Maybe it's an innate belief that I've spent so long believing that Tyson Fury was everything he was cracked up to be.
Do you want him to win it?
On a boxing level, as a British man, supporting a British man, yeah, of course I do.
Do you think the best of Fury beats the best of Usyk?
I do. But whether we can see the best of Fury again, whether he's physically in the shape, he doesn't live the life, he doesn't live like Alexander Usyk, he doesn't operate like Alexander Usyk. I have a deep-seated admiration for
So you heard it there. Jordan basically acted like Fury had won the first fight, and he didn't want to admit that he was wrong about Fury. He just made up a bunch of excuses as to why he didn't win. So surely, after Usyk beats him again, surely he would have stopped making excuses for Fury and admitted, you know what, Usyk is just a lot better than I thought, I got it wrong, Usyk, all-time great, hands down, right? Not quite. Let's go to the final part, where basically he says that Fury wasn't at his best, hence the only reason he didn't win. And he not only props up Daniel Dubois as the guy who could potentially beat Alexander Usyk, because that's what Jordan wants here. He wants somebody to beat Usyk so that he can have his bragging rights. He lets it slip at the end that this would be the first time Usyk has been challenged at heavyweight. No, I'm not making it up. Sit back and enjoy round 3 of the stellar performance from Simon Jordan, the Joker.
When I listen to Mariah Carey, I'm thinking, there's something I miss here. And I'm watching him. I wanted to watch him when he looked across the ring just before they started to fight against... When he did Deontay Wilder in the second fight, there was this absolute burning intensity from Fury and the wild eyes and the maniacal stare. And he tried to put on the maniacal stare. But to me, I looked at it and I thought, ooh, yeah, I don't... He was intense, don't get me wrong, but he didn't have the same intensity, I thought, that he had against Wilder. The reason I'm going to frame the question differently, is he, or is it because these guys ain't all they're cracked up to be? That Fury isn't what we thought he was, and at this stage in his career, he certainly isn't able to do what he did against Klitschko and against Wilder, and Joshua's come up short. Is it because Usyk is so good, or is it because these guys are getting billing that they're not entitled to? Irrepressible era, but I don't see... Alexander Usyk in many of those eras being the dominant force that he is in this generation.
I mean, it's difficult.
But what does that tell you about the heavyweight boxing?
Yeah.
Does it tell you that this era is not what we've cracked it up to be? Because once upon a time, we were talking about, it was being talked about, not necessarily by Duke, but we've said it, and it's been said by others around us, that Tyson Fury could be considered as one of the greatest of all time.
No. Well, at one point, though, he was heading that way. He did look that way. No, like
Tyson Fury come in to Mariah Carey. I know you can't read too much in this, but I've seen Tyson Fury come in with, Spartans and attitude. And then the big thing I was watching for and waiting for was not him singing, the Christmas song about Mariah Carey, was the stare across the ring. And the big thing that took me back was the fight with Deontay Wilder, the second fight, where Tyson, because Tyson looked like Rasputin in the ring and with his beard now, I wanted to see this intimidating, maniacal stare from Tyson Fury that he gave Deontay Wilder, which was basically, there's real menace here. And I didn't see it. I saw the attempt at it. And the moment I saw that, I thought to myself, hang on a second, I'll put some money down on Tyson Fury. I think I might be on a sticky wicket. But Usyk, again, I keep making the point, and it's not to be mean-spirited. I don't think he likes big punchers. Yeah. He doesn't like people that... Someone's got to work really hard with Usyk. Someone's got to be really focused. And I suppose, to coin an expression someone's just sent me, fighting the red line all the way, because that's what Usyk does. Yeah. He fights in the red line. And someone with a big... Because he doesn't like big punchers. Yeah. He didn't like what Daniel Dubois did to him in that fight, albeit Daniel Dubois wasn't quite competent enough to be able to deliver it. I think Usyk is beatable. I know this will sound like I'm being mean-spirited about it, but I think someone has got to be really at their game. Yeah. And Fury, at 36 years of age, that doesn't live his life the right way, that probably is on the other side of his optimum levels, wasn't the test that Usyk will have to be taken over. I think Dubois could be the first challenge that Usyk really has.
Different animal.
So there you have it. Simon Jordan literally found every excuse in the book after Usyk won the rematch. That Fury didn't have the same intensity in his eyes, that he was past his best, that he wasn't able to challenge Usyk the way that he predicted, even though Jordan was the one saying that he was possibly the greatest of all time after he beat Dillian Whyte. Literally every excuse under the sun. And he had to go out of his way multiple times to say that Usyk doesn't deserve to be called an all-time great, and that he wouldn't be able to do what he does in this era in all the other eras gone by, even though he has accomplished far more than any heavyweight in the history of the sport since Lennox Lewis. Simon Jordan, considering what he says and the arrogance of how he says it and the way he carries himself, is an absolute punk. I don't know the guy personally, but the guy is a complete joke. So that is why I made this video laughing at him. And I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun putting it together. At the end of the day, us in the YouTube boxing community all exist partly to break down the biased narratives in the mainstream media. So I've been looking to make this video all year, and after Usyk won the rematch, it was time to finally put it together. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of it down below. Let me know about your thoughts on where Usyk goes from here, whether he should retire, and where Tyson Fury goes from here. Like and subscribe. As always, catch you guys later.